Saturday evenings on ITV, sponsored by BT.
It's Stars in Their Eyes. Please welcome your host, Matthew Perry.
Hello and welcome to Stars in Their Eyes. If this is the first time you've seen this show, hello, Mum. Here's how it works. Titles, doors, smoke, me, opening speech, very clever list of amusing things done quickly, film, introduction, star guest, chat, tonight, Matthew, doors, more smoke, wig, sing, vote, grand finalist, tears and sick off to the bar. It's a very simple show. Not unlike its presenter, actually. Or so it seems, because this is the toughest stage in Britain. 5 fabulous star guests coming up. But if you want to punt so early in the show, then Cambridge is the place to go, with star guest number 1.
My name is Patrice Taylor. I was born in Florida, but have lived in England with my husband since 1981. Tom, my husband, and I met at university in the States. It wasn't love at first sight, but after a while he sort of grew on me. We are very settled here, and the lifestyle suits us. We just like the quaintness of Cambridge, its beauty, the relaxed center of town. There are little nooks and crannies that you can find, and I like the shopping and the tea rooms. My mother and dad met at a music college in Chicago, and they both had incredible aspirations to entertain, so they started doing that. They went by the name of Fred and Fran. Music has been a big part of my life. I play piano, I studied the violin for about 6 years. To sing, to just entertain, it's marvelous being in front of people. Pleasing them is just heavenly. It lifts you out of this world.
And behind those doors is another world altogether for Patrice Taylor. Patrice, I know you've travelled all over the world. It must be a nightmare travelling with children.
Most of the time it is, but I think they have their own trials occasionally. Because one time we were on a business holiday in Hawaii, so we were lapping up the sand and the sea and the sun and the exotic cocktails.
Naturally.
Of course. And my son had to experience that, so he was drinking virgin cocktails, which were non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yes.
So he had been drinking them all day. I thought it was time for me to put my foot down. And he said, Mom, can we please have another virgin drink? And I said, you guys are going to have to wait and have your virgins later this evening.
That's what you need, Adrian, an understanding mother. So tell me a little bit about the person that you're going to be tonight.
She started out in the 40s, fronting a big band with her sister. And then in 54, she starred in a film, White Christmas, along with Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
And she also has a very famous nephew.
Who is?
George Clooney.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Patrice.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Rosemary Clooney.
Rosemary Clooney, the Mumble Queen. Tonight, singing live, Patrice Taylor is Rosemary Clooney.
Girl went back to Napoli because she missed the native dances and the charming songs. But wait a minute, something's wrong. Hey, Mambo, Mambo Italiano. Hey, Mambo, Mambo Italiano. Go, go, go. You mixed up Siciliano. All you
crazy, do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't wanna tear and tell her, hey mambo. No more mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, fry an enchilada with a fishy bacala. Hey gumba, I love how you dance the rumba. But take some other bites, paisano, learn how to mambo. If you're gonna be a square, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano, hey mambo, mambo Italiano, go go Joe, shake it like a Giovanni, little quesadici, get a happy end of pizza when you mambo Italiano. Shake it, baby, shake it, 'cause I love it when you take me. Mama say stop or I'm gonna tell her papa and I hate ya through. You don't have to go to school. Just make it with a big bambino. It's like a vino. It's you good looking, but you don't know what's cooking to you. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Ho ho ho, you mixed up Siciliano. It's so delicious, everybody can capisce how to mambo Italiano. That's nice.
Well, you're your mother's daughter, aren't you? It's the whole thing. It's the singing, but it's the performance, the full performance piece as well.
Well, thanks.
All singing, all dancing, all gum chewing.
Well, I guess so.
I think you deserve a cocktail after this.
Oh, thank you. I'm ready.
Only put some alcohol in it, just to
Alcohol
spare
in
my
it.
blushes. You know what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrice Taylor as Rosemary Clooney. Miss Clooney was one of America's biggest solo artists of the 50s, and our next star is one of Britain's biggest solo artists right now. Before he was famous, he was a double glazing salesman. And after he left his band, he was double glazed himself for a while. So who is he? Let's ask star guest number 2.
My name's Philip Probert. I'm 17 years old and I live in Giverton Park, which is in Sheffield. At the moment I'm doing my A-levels. I'm doing English literature and theatre studies at Wales High School. I like theatre studies because once a year we get to put on a play or a musical, which is a lot of fun to do. I've been playing rugby ever since I started at high school. My rugby career really took off in the last 2 years. I played for Yorkshire last season and we won the Northern Counties Trophy. The lads who I play rugby with have become very, very good friends. I was introduced to amateur dramatics through my parents, and I think that's where I get my singing voice from, especially my dad. I don't know which one I'd choose out of musicals, but because I like them equally, I think the one that would edge in front would have to be music, because I like performing in front of people.
Going for a spectacular conversion tonight, please welcome Phil Probert. Now tell me, Phil, who got you here tonight?
Gail Cobb, a friend of mine, she's the musical director at Dinnington Operatic Society.
Yes, well, you like your musicals, don't you? And you've made some big sacrifices to be a musical.
Yes. I did Grease at school, and on the last night, I shaved my head and raised over £100 for charity.
Oh, you see, into the bargain. But that's not the only time you've shaved your head, is it?
No. One night I was, out on the Raz with the rugby lads and my friend Chuddy, who's here with me tonight.
Chuddy up, that, yeah.
And he decided to pin me down and, shave the head off.
So...
Nice one, Chuddy. And set a bit of a trend as well, because you're making a bit of a habit of shaving your head, aren't you?
Yes, I'm doing it tonight as well.
Yeah, so that's a big clue about the person that Phil is going to be for those of you who are playing the game. Tell us a bit more about the person.
Well, he was a member of one of the most successful boy bands of the 90s. He's also known for having a scar on his forehead and also for being a brilliant live entertainer.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Phil.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams! Hazing his life through a lens. Tonight, singing live, Phil Probert is Robbie Williams!
I was her, she was me. We were free. And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. We were young, we were wrong, we were fine all along. And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. When you get to where you wanna go, and you know the things you wanna know, you're smiling. When you said what you wanna say, and you know the way you wanna play, yeah. You'll be so high, you'll be flying. Though the sea will be strong, I know we'll carry on. 'Cause if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. Yeah, she's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. She's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. She's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. She's the one.
Of the 3 times that you've had your head shaved, which would you say was the best?
Well, this time on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about 9.5.
Probably
you know.
this one. I thought you might say this. This is an absolute first for me, you know, because not only you have a fabulous voice and you've done Robbie so accurately. It's the first time I've ever heard a rugby player get through an entire song without swearing. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Probert as Robbie Williams. Now, you've got a break coming up, but backstage there can be no rest. Hundreds of makeover gnomes are feverishly stitching beehive wigs, sticking sequins onto boob tubes and polishing up strappy heels. So that's me sorted for the weekend anyway. After the break, a star who made it big with the help of video. So till then, watch these videos and don't go changing. Bye. Welcome back to Stars in the Rise. In part 1, we went to Manchester and Kentucky, 2 places immortalised in song. Unlike our next destination, North Thurston, near Milton Keynes. There's never been I left my heart in North Thurston. Or, don't cry for me, North Thurston. So let's put North Thurston on the musical map with star guest number 3.
My name's Emma Wetton, I'm 24 and I come from Milton Keynes. I grew up here with my mum and dad and my 2 brothers, Ross and Craig. I currently work for a large call centre organisation. It's a training coordinator. This involves booking all the training venues, arranging all the training material for the trainers and setting up the rooms. It also involves quite a bit of administrative work. I've always enjoyed dressing up, and even on my 21st I dressed up as Wonder Woman. I love music, and as a teenager I had an obsession with Michael Jackson. I've surprised a lot of people, my friends and my colleagues at work, who all think I'm a quiet mouse that sits in the corner, but of course I love singing. I've travelled quite a lot. I've been to New York, Los Angeles and Australia, which is one of my favourite places where I'd really like to work and eventually settle down.
Tonight, the mouse will roar as we welcome Emma Wetton. Now, lovely picture of you as Wonder Woman. That was a very special party for you, the 21st, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. My friend Jem, she made a special video for me, and there was 3 things on this video. One was she interviewed my ex-boyfriend. She then videoed my underwear drawer, then proceeded to get my toothbrush and clean the toilet with it.
Lovely.
Videoed it, and this was...
Especially to embarrass you.
Yeah.
But she didn't embarrass you, did she?
No.
Why?
Because my mum and I, at my party, we had a few drinks.
Well, just to relax before the party, like you do, yes.
And I drank a few too many.
And?
And I blacked out.
Really? But you never went to your party, did you?
No.
No, but so I'll have a party for you here tonight. Tell me a bit
Yeah.
about the person you're going to be.
Well, she's from a very talented musical family.
That's right.
And she's appeared in 2 films, Evita and The Commitments.
Yeah, so she's a very special skill as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she plays the tin whistle.
Oh, yeah, well, that's given it away, hasn't it? Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Emma.
Well, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Andrea Corr.
Andrea Corr! Through the doors, to the cause. Tonight, singing live, Emma Wetton is Andrea Corr!
I haven't slept It's been so long since we talked, and I have been here many times. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. What can I do to make you love me? What can I do to make you care? What can I say to make you feel this? What can I do to get you there? No more waiting, no more again.
that you come out here and not only do you sound like Andrea Corr, but you look exactly like her.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I know you put the brown contact lenses in, and you've been ironing your hair and everything. The sacrifices you make. I'll tell you something. All those ex-boyfriends on Jem's video will be absolutely sick now that they're all ex. And it'll serve them like... You're having a little cry, aren't you?
No, I'm not
No,
going
you're
to
not.
this time.
One of the nervous ones. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Wetton as Andrea Corr. The Corrs may have sold millions of albums, but they'll have to go a long way to match our next singer. He's a North West star who moved the world. And here's a North West star guest who moves Manchester. And he's star guest number 4.
My name's Jeff Greenhalgh. I'm 43 years old and I come from Lee in Lancashire. I'm married to Julie. I've been married for 21 years. No children, just one dog named Sam. I work for First Manchester. I'm an engineering admin assistant in Oldham Garage. And I work in a busy engineering department. I only came here for 6 months and I've been here for 28 years now. I first started singing when I was about 7 years old with my twin brother Tony, who used to play guitar, and we used to do all sorts of songs in the early 60s. Around about 1964, that's when I first heard the person that I'm going to be tonight. My dad was a singer in the 1940s, 50s. He sang in around the clubs for 40 years, and I've just sort of taken that on, and that's one of my ambitions, is just to sing with a big band. When I found out that I was going to be on Stars in Their Eyes, I was absolutely thrilled. I couldn't believe it. And now I'm really looking forward to being there on stage, singing live.
And he's only a few steps away from that ambition, so please welcome Jeff Greenhalgh. Now, Jeff, you come from a very musical family, don't you?
My dad used to sing, both my brothers play guitar, and when I was courting, my wife used to call us the Von Trapp family.
And actually, this musical talent has caused a bit of friction in the past, hasn't it?
Well, it has, actually, because one time I was in Blackpool. I was about 8 years old, and me and my twin brother Tony, we entered a talent show on the North Pier. It was called the Uncle Peter Webster Show.
All right.
And we came third.
Yeah.
We did really well, so we had to go backstage to pick our prize.
Right.
So I, being a gentleman as I am, I said to my twin brother, well, I'll let you decide what we have. But I had my eye on the 2 rifles.
Oh, you would do.
Which was absolutely fantastic. I thought they were great. Anyway, I decided to let him pick, and he picked a bucket and spade set.
No. Tell me something about the person that you're going to be.
He was a member of a group called the Quarrymen, who later changed the name, went on to become the most successful band of all time.
Yeah.
He was knighted in 1997. He's worth a cool 500 million, give or take a bob or two.
Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Jeff.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Sir Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney! Gets back to where he once belonged as tonight, singing live. Jeff Greenhalgh is Paul McCartney!
Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where the wedding was big. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing a face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near, look at him working, down in his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? I look at all the lonely people. jersey, wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one will save all the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? I'm looking over lonely people. I'm looking over lonely, all the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong?
Fab one. You've earned the title in your family of Captain Von Trapp.
Yeah.
It's uncanny. It was uncanny.
No, it's the
when you
eyes.
came up to... It's the eye. No, it's the voice as well. I'm telling you, you've earned your bucket and spade tonight. I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Greenhouse as Paul McCartney. Thank you. Paul McCartney helped create the classic albums of the 60s. And coming up, the sister of a man who created a classic album of the 70s. And I can tell you now, her family name isn't Wakeman, Walters, Rotten, Lennon or Wurzel. I've just got to nip outside because someone left the cake out in the rain. And I don't think that I can take it because it took so long to bake it. And I'll never have that recipe again. Oh, no! Welcome back to Stars in the Rise, and yes, my cake is sodden. Before the break, I gave you a clue about our next singer. She's the sister of a guy who recorded one of the most original albums of the 70s. If you still haven't guessed the album, and therefore the family name, then we're off to Upper Thong in Yorkshire. And if you've ever wondered what it's like up a thong, then here to show us is star guest number 5.
My name's Tracy Wilson and I come from a small village called Upper Thong. It's situated in West Yorkshire. I live with Gary. We've been married 13 years this year. He's a bank manager. We have 2 sons. Reese is 9 and Taylor is 7. Jules is my best friend. I've recently introduced her to the boxercise classes. I find it very enjoyable. It's also very hard work. For a full hour you do intense circuit training, boxing with pads, sit-ups. Upper Thong is a village like I've never experienced. It is such a close community. The focus point is the Royal Oak, the pub, and everybody meets there. I'm part of a little group called the Thongbirds. We're a group of 5. I think the Thongbirds will be a bit of a legend. We're actually up for plenty of fun, and I think we'll always be remembered as the fun 5 of the village.
Seconds away, round 5. Please welcome Tracy Wilson. Tracy, just describe to everybody what you were like as a child.
As a child, it's quite funny, actually, because I was actually born with these odd thumbs. I don't know if you can see here.
Oh,
One's
they're still on as well.
And I've got the odd eyes.
Yeah.
I was born with odd eyes. And then when I came to about 5 years old, I ended up with National Health glasses with a patch over. And then the lisp came. and then the hearing aid came.
Oh, lovely. What did they call you?
Believe it or not, they called me Lucky.
That's true, that. They didn't call her Lucky. You're very lucky to be here tonight, aren't you?
Very lucky, yes.
How did it happen?
Yeah, well, a funny old way, because I was sat in the hairdressers in Huddersfield, and I was just having my hair done, and this chap walks in off the street, and he got sat down, he's there having his highlights done, and my hairdresser said, you know, how about getting on Stars in the Rise? And he went, you know? And he went, that's my show. I thought it was some kind of nutter, actually, but, you know, it was... And then I applied, I'm here, and I've met him, so he's not a nutter.
And it was our producer,
It was your
wasn't
producer,
And
yeah.
that's, you see, it can happen in a hairdresser's. Just give us a few clues about the person that you're going to be tonight.
The person I'm going to be tonight went to school and became very close friends with Marianne Faithfull. She put a duo together with a younger brother, in 1970s called Sally Angie. But he actually became more well-known with an album called Tubular Bells.
Tell us who you're going to be, Tracy.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Sally Oldfield.
Sally Oldfield! With a very different reflection tonight. Singing live, Tracy Wilson is Sally Oldfield!
We got mirrors in the sun and we brightly shine. We are singing and dancing in perfect time. There is nothing in the world that we can do to stop the light of love come shining through. And the power of a newborn moment is shining round you. Killing aloha, a perfect stranger.
You see, you told us all about your thumbs and your eyes and your teeth and your hearing aid. And the one thing you forgot to say was that you had a fabulous voice, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You see, people are that excited after this, they'll be filling up a thong tonight. Sorry, I had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Wilson as Sally Oldfield. Cometh the hour, cometh the vote. It's almost time for our studio audience to find a finalist. But before they push the right buttons, let's have a reminder of all 5 of tonight's star guests. First on stage, Patrice Taylor mamboed through the doors as Rosemary Clooney. Then Phil Probert was the one as Robbie Williams.
She's the one.
Emma Wetton became Irish superstar Andrea Corr.
What can I do to get you, man?
Jeff Greenhouse became 1/4 of the Fab Four, Paul McCartney.
All the lonely people
And Tracy Wilson held up a mirror to Sally Oldfield. Studio audience, cast your votes now. And while they're making their choice, let's go backstage to find out what was behind the doors for our 5-star guests.
When I went out through the doors and heard that warm, wonderful applause, it just gives you a boost. You feel you can do anything.
Can I go back out and do it again? Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
I could see my mum and dad in the audience, and they had big smiles on their faces, and I think that really helped me.
When you look in the mirror and they've done the transformation, it's absolutely wonderful. She's done a great job with the eyes and got rid of the wrinkles a bit.
It's been absolutely out of this world. And I'm smiling like a Cheshire cat.
The winner is locked in our computer, so is it Rosemary Clooney, Robbie Williams, Andrea Corr, Paul McCartney, or Sally Oldfield? And the winner is Paul McCartney!
I can't believe it.
Do you know, I love the way you all support each other back there.
Yeah, we've had a great time. Fantastic. We're all winners, aren't we, like you say?
Absolutely.
You've said it before, but it's true.
You're all winners to get on this show. But I'm telling you, tonight, I think you could probably choose any prize off the top shelf.
Oh, great.
And
the rifles.
The rifles.
The guns.
I knew you'd go for that. There's nothing like a bit of sibling rivalry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Top performance. As always, tonight's star guest gave us 5 performances to remember, but only one can perform again as a finalist. So once again, let's hear the voice that's going to put Jeff back through the doors for a chance to become a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Greenhalgh as Paul McCartney. Good night.
Thank
Picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing a face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from?
If you've got the voice, we've got the stage. For details on how you could be walking through those famous doors on the next series of Stars in Their Eyes, phone 0870 400 4000 for an application form or see teletext on ITV, page 128 for more information.
Look at him working, down in his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came.
Saturday evenings on ITV, sponsored by BT.